everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fahrenheit TV. Tonight, we're blessing the stage with some Caribbean flavor. Tonight, we have special artists and designers behind the clothing brand Mass in Motion. That's right, these artists are going to be talking about the inspiration behind building this brand, their excitement for Boston Caribbean Carnival, and we're just going to be learning more about their dopeness. Coming to you live at BNN Studios in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay tuned. Fahrenheit TV. Fahrenheit TV is a live monthly variety show that showcases people's greatness through narratives and artistic expression. We're back this summer to bring you more live, sizzling talk and entertainment to uplift your soul. Tune into our live episodes here on BNN TV or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us on social media to keep up with all our latest news. We hope that you'll tune in. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Fahrenheit TV. I hope that you're having an amazing Thursday evening. My name is Farrah June and I'm the host, creator, and producer of Fahrenheit TV. And tonight I am so excited. I mean, I know I say that in every episode, but tonight I have like my tribe with me, so I'm extra hype because these amazing people that I'm blessed to know not only have great energy, but they are dope artists. And before I introduce them, I want to tell you a little story because tonight we're really celebrating Caribbean culture and people who are, celebrating that culture through fashion, through culture, through spirit, through all of that great stuff. And I want to tell you that when I was little, I used to go to Boston Caribbean Carnival sometimes, and I would watch all the people in their like ultimate joy and all these beautiful costumes, and I was like, man, I wish one day that I could be in that costume. And God is so great. God is so great that he said, oh, don't worry, I got you. And not only will you be in that costume, but you're going to be surrounded by great souls who just uplift you, who make you feel powerful, who make you feel beautiful, who make you feel proud to be in your skin. And so tonight, I'm so excited to introduce to you my friends, my fellow creatives, some dope souls in Boston. I would like to welcome to the stage KSean and Tia. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
You both look beautiful as always. And so, you both are part of Mass in Motion, which is a upcoming like building legacy brand in my mind. And I've been so honored to be part of it and to be part of the tribe. So I wanted to ask you, how did Mass in Motion, how was it started? What inspired you to create Mass in Motion? How have you guys been working together? You can tell us a little bit of the background.
Okay. So on June 8th of 2018, Mass in Motion became a thing. That's when it first started. I was working at Woburn Memorial High School, and I was like in the teacher's lounge, and I was just doing some sketching, and it came to my mind. I'm like, I really like the name Mass in Motion, like masqueraders being in motion, not just like in the carnival, but like outside of the carnival, following that dream to like design and actually create pieces that come in my mind, and then like see it come to life.
Yeah.
So I like called a few friends. One friend was Nikki, and I was like, hey.
Shout out to Nikki.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I feel like Mass in Motion is like a thing that I want to do to create a carnival mass band, not just a band, but a movement. And she was like, that sounds really great. And then I called Tia as well, and I was like, hey, Tia, like, you know how I love carnival? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I kind of want to do something called Mass in Motion. I like explained to her what it was, like people like different entrepreneurs coming together to all collaborate and help elevate and lift each other up and like to just thrive and like not just in the carnival, but like outside, like help each other build their business and build each other as a person.
Right. And I'm a natural born dreamer and go-getter. So when he told me he had a dream, I said, go do it.
Yes.
And
I love that about you.
although I didn't know much about carnival culture at all because I didn't grow up Caribbean or around that, I believed in him and I believed in his dream, and so I was willing to back it up. And then fast forward a year later, we have a Mass in Motion, and it's a real thing.
That's awesome. And it's so dope. I love that you said it's more than just a brand or just more than just like, carnival costume. It's actually like putting entrepreneurs together to like build each other up and to uplift each other as all of us creatives go into our journeys. And so, can you tell us a little bit about your designing process of when you're making these epic costumes? Because these costumes, oh my God, I know there's a model in the house who could back me up on it. They are beautiful, they are gorgeous, and they really not only make you feel like sexy, but like effortlessly sexy, you know what I mean? Like showing off the best parts that you feel comfortable with, and they're bright, and they're exciting, and they're very unique. A lot of the pieces, like some of the pieces that you have is not something I've ever seen in Carnival before. So can you tell us a little bit about the designing process? Like what goes through your mind, both of you, when you're coming together? Because I know you said you were sketching before. So it's like sketching where you start, or do you have to be in a certain room, certain music? Like how does, if you could give us a little taste, because I know, creatives have their secrets. So.
Yeah, it's actually funny because everything that I sketch, I actually never make. Like I will get inspiration. I'm like, oh yeah, let me sketch this. Like I would go outside and I would see the way that leaves are moving or blowing in the wind, and I'll get inspired from some type of story that I'll make up of like how these seeds just migrated off and like became something.
Right. But your sketches are like the inspiration.
Yeah.
That's like where it starts. And then from there, it just kind of wanders.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And I feel like we're a little bit thrifty also. Like anytime we go out together and we see anything that we think is beautiful, we're buying it, we're picking it up, we're bringing it home, and we're like, at some point, we're gonna use this awesome thing for a costume. So I think it's kind of a mixture of inspiration from everywhere,
And you both work so well together. I mean, like, that's what you talk about of true friendship. For someone to say, oh, I have a dream. You're like, all right, cool. So where do you want me to be? Like, that's awesome. That's like true friendship. So can you talk about your partnership, of how you guys work together, especially as creatives? As I know you both have your own visions of things. Like, how does that work together?
Well, I first met Tia through cheerleading at Total Inspiration Athletics, where she teaches. That's her gym.
Nice.
And like I feel like that's kind of where our bond like continued to grow, and our friendship with our communication and trust within each other. Like
it was just a like natural friendship that happened over time, and we've been friends for so long at this point. We just know each other better than we know ourselves probably. So we kind of just know how to deal with each other, and patience, communication, trust, like it all plays into the whole thing.
And that's awesome. I mean, especially as models, we know, like, we love being around your energy because it's always good vibes. Like, even if like we're running around, we're trying to get this stuff done, that it always gets done. And it doesn't, like, no one feels like, oh man, like so and so is like this or that. Like the vibes are always well. So like when I'm thinking about some of the beading work that you've done on these costumes, how does that work out? Because I could imagine that takes like many hours. In my mind, I don't know, I'm not like a precise person like that. So like how do you go about that? Or like even picking out like, oh, like these gems should go here, these colors, like how does that work out?
We tag team, really. Like one of us starts the vision, and kind of tells each other, like then we tell each other, hey, this is what I'm thinking, but like I know it needs something else, add something to it, and it just comes to life.
And we voice it, and then we agree or disagree.
Yeah, we either like it or we don't, and if we both don't like it, then no one sees it until we both like it, you know?
And you guys create costumes not only for women, but for men and for kids. Can you guys talk about some of those costumes that you created? Yeah.
So, we just started doing children's costumes like recently for Boston Pride is when we first started.
My daughter loves KSean,
so
loves all the models, a part of it, and she was seeing everybody. She's like, when do I get to dress up? You know? So we were like, oh yeah, great, we can start, designing stuff for kids too. And when we went to Boston Pride, the whole city was looking at her.
Yeah, they were.
And so that kind of was the jump start of it all for the kids, because it was like, wow, we can kill the kid design game too.
Yeah.
Right, and it's also like a family thing as well, Carnival. Like people who want to play mass, like and they're involved in mass, they also have children. So it's like, why exclude men? Why exclude children from it? Like, why exclude anyone? Like, we try to design with as many people as we can.
Like Mass in Motion is a family to us, like our tribe, you know? So we bring our family along, you know, and we encourage everybody else to too.
And we're all on the road. I love that. So I'm thinking about some of the costumes that you made, and like Crown sticks out, Pride sticks out. Like, can you talk about how your inspirations behind like doing those specific, types of costumes?
Oh, Pride was a fun one.
Pride, yeah.
Pride came together, like, that was a really fun one to come up with.
Yeah.
The expression, like stages of becoming you. Yeah, so we came up with that because like Pride is a colorful thing. You have the rainbow and each one symbolizes something different. But we kind of like wanted to go more into like, yeah, it's bright, but like at the black background was like kind of the struggles that one goes through in order to become themselves.
Right.
So we divided our sections up into different things. The first one, which was pride, and it was like you had to have pride within yourself in order to like understand anything. And once you were able to understand, you were able to like come together and show peace. And once you were able to show peace because you understood yourself and other people, you were able to like unionize and become together. And then the final thing was like pride. And then we went to like become into expressing yourself and who you truly are as an individual, to showing joy and then sparkling and then living.
That's awesome. And it's so interesting because as the models, when we're wearing these costumes, we don't know the deep story like that behind it. To me, I'm like, oh, this looks so beautiful. I feel, proud to be in my skin and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't know that, like, you really thought about every single stage to this.
I think every piece that
It's
we've
like that.
designed, there's always like a background story that I think helps us get into it more, If we were just like, oh yeah, the rainbow, it could be so simple. But really like thinking about, the people who came from the darkness and now have the pride. That was what made us design that. But I think all the pieces, we sit at the kitchen table and we have really good long debates about, things we care about in the world, and somehow we turn it into costumes.
Same thing with Crown the Tussle.
Yeah,
like
Crown the
that
Tussle
took a lot of research.
was about Queen Elizabeth, and we did a whole bunch of research on like her struggle to the throne, and that's kind of where the tussle, the black one, came from, was all the war and the negativity and all that, and then crowned is the beautiful, the glory, the glamorous that comes from being throned. So there is a story behind every single piece. It's just you don't have time to tell all the stories all the time.
Well, we have time right here on Fair Night TV tonight. We're learning about the stories for sure. And so I want to take you, since it's Thursday, Throwback Thursday, I want to take you back to when you were able to showcase Pride at Boston Pride. How did that feel? Because I know how I felt. I know how Elle felt. I know how some of the models felt. But how did you both feel? Because you both put it together. Like, you put everything together. I remember seeing, like, from when we arrived, to making sure the music was working, to making sure everybody was there, everybody was dressed, everybody, was hydrated. Like, you guys really took care of us. How did you feel from beginning to end? If you could give us any, moments that really stuck out to you.
So from the beginning, it was stressful.
Yeah.
Trying to organize, get in the music, trying to figure out, like, who's gonna drive? How are we gonna rent this? How are we gonna get music and materials and stuff like that? But other than that, like, leading up to that, I felt like it was a moment of bliss.
Yes.
Like, seeing so many people coming together for our first year to support what Mass in Motion was, like, that was the best part. And on top of that, like, we weren't just like in any parade. We were in Boston Pride. There were so
Big
many
deal.
great individuals. Like, you turn left, you see this beautiful drag queen. You turn right, you see someone else who's just being whoever they want to be. You see, like, the children there, the dogs, the cats, the iguanas. Like,
it was true freedom.
Yeah.
I love that liberty.
I think I agree 1,000%. We're perfectionists, so before anything, we're always like nitpicking every little detail. So I don't think we got to enjoy the like planning as much as we should have. But that day, everything turned out perfectly, and it just felt so awesome and so free. And seeing everybody so happy and being themselves, it made us realize, like, we're pretty dope just being ourselves. So maybe I think going forward, it will be more of a fun experience in the planning process.
Yeah.
But
It's a learning.
at the end of the parade, KSean called me and was like, I'm crying. And I'm like, that's good. I'm like, you should be crying, This is a huge moment. It's a huge deal. The whole city of Boston saw, like, his work and his mission, and we were turning heads left and right.
Yeah.
So I was like, you're supposed to be proud. You're supposed to cry. This is a happy moment.
It is. So proud, so proud.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna take a short break soon, but before we take a break, I wanted to ask both of you, if you had to choose someone to design a costume for, living or an ancestor, who would it be and why? And then if we don't have enough time before the break, then you'll tell us how you would design it. But just tell us who it would be and why, if you could think of anyone.
This is a good one. I may have to go with Erykah Badu.
Ooh, Miss Badu.
Yeah, she's like such a great, like, she's so strong. And I don't, like, ever since I heard Bag Lady and like I started to get to know who she was, like even more through her music and her journey, like she's a strong person. I would love to design for her.
Yeah.
Like,
That's dope.
I would choose Michelle Obama, just because I think she's an all-around great person. She's a fashion icon everywhere she went. Her outfits were making a statement.
Yes, they were.
She's smart. She cares about the kids. She cares about everything I care about.
Same.
So I feel like I could make a piece for her that would represent her and like the betterment of everybody.
That's
so
awesome.
I would choose Michelle Obama.
Wow, wow. You know, she's my forever first lady.
too,
And
me
Erykah
too.
Badu, that's like the ultimate artist, the ultimate queen. But we're going to find out more about Mass in Motion and more about your inspiring stories right after this short break, so stay tuned.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Fahrenheit TV. Hi everyone, thank you so much again for tuning in to another episode of Fahrenheit TV. I am here on the stage with two incredible artists, KSean and Tia, part of Mass in Motion, the epic, beautiful brand that I am so proud to be part of the tribe of. And right before the break, we were learning more about, you know, the story behind Mass in Motion and how it came together and some of their inspirations for the amazing and beautiful costumes that they create. And so now I really want to ask you both about, you know, Caribbean Carnival, because I think a lot of people, unfortunately, if they don't know the culture that well, they misjudge it. And I've seen things online and even people that I've unfortunately had, they said this, but they think it's like a time where just people just dress in costumes and they just act scandalously, and it's just that time for them to do that, and they don't really understand the true culture or the meaning or the purpose behind why we have Boston Carnival. So I wanted to ask you what you thought about that, and what does Boston, what does Caribbean Carnival mean to you in general?
All right, so Caribbean Carnival to me just means freedom. When I was a child, I just remember walking by a mass band, which is people who come together to organize the carnival, like the productions and putting it together, mass, and getting the truck on the road. It just means being free, being happy, and celebrating with whoever it is that's around you. Like everyone's there for one thing, and that's happiness and love. And it saddens me that people just think it's a scandalous thing because the tradition of where it has gone with like the bra and panty. Originally, Carnival is to portray a character. And from what I was taught from my mentor and what I also like looked up and like did some researching, is that Carnival actually came from slavery. They were imitating the British during slavery when they used to dress up at masquerade balls and dance around. And like once the slaves finally got their freedom, they brought it onto their own thing and like started to portray kings and queens and stuff like that.
What we are.
And then like that's kind of where it is. So like if you went to the islands and you went further into what Carnival is, you'll learn like what clowns are, bats are, muckajumbi, they all tell a story. But I'm like, what you mainly see of Carnival is the festive part of it where everyone's celebrating on the street for certain days. Each island has a certain celebration. Like Barbados is crop over, they're celebrating the crops and the food. Trinidad has a different celebration. Jamaica, Haiti, everyone has a different celebration. So like, yeah, it's kind of sad to see that people just think of it as something scandalous because it's our culture.
It is, yeah. And I think it's great that you gave us that history lesson so everybody knows more now about it. And, you know, do your research because it's what we're doing. We're celebrating legacy and we're celebrating our ancestors and we're celebrating the future and the now. And it's beautiful that you guys do that through fashion and you collaborate with other artists. And so I wanted to ask you, has there been any challenges? I know you talked a little bit about, you know, the challenges you went through when you were doing like the Pride but how that became epic at the end. Has there been other challenges of like trying to start a brand from the ground up, especially because you just celebrated your 1-year anniversary, which congratulations on that. But I can imagine, especially, you know, with costumes and I don't know, I just, in my mind, I'd be like, oh, this is a lot to do, you know, and to put some of your creative energy in it. Can you talk about some of those challenges?
Yeah. So I would say, like, out of all of the challenges, like, one challenge that I would say is sourcing. Like, being able to get certain things, like the knowledge of how to bend wire a certain way to make a backpack. I wish like we had more mentors who were offering workshops from the islands because this is something that you kind of pass down in generations. And I feel like since I've been growing up, I've been seeing the mass bands in Boston grow smaller. So I wish like that is one thing because sometimes I'm like, hey T, like how do we make this backpack? Like we have to kind of just figure it out. And then like where to get your materials from instead of going out to like Trinidad and Tobago when you start in a business. Like you need that finance.
I agree. I think that is a challenge, but I think the number one challenge is just not getting discouraged, you know, because of what other people might say or think, or and just like being true to yourself continuously and not switching up to make a quick dollar or to get a bigger crowd. I think that is actually the hardest struggle, just because the influences on the outside are not as genuine, and I think that just makes it difficult to like stay true and keep fighting for what you believe in. All the other things, like there's a way, you know, there's a way around it, there's a way to fix it, and that like there really isn't, except for just like sticking with our tribe and kind of just keep on going and erasing the negativity, you know.
Gotta stay positive.
Right. So I think that is the hardest.
I think that's a beautiful lesson and a beautiful thing that you share with the audience, because no matter what you're building as an artist or as an entrepreneur of anything, it's good that you have to stay true to what you originally wanted, to your mission. And like that greatness that you both have in your DNA that you show to us as your tribe members makes us want to continue with you, you know. So I'm glad that you haven't given up. I hope you never do, because this is just the beginning. I always tell you that this is just the beginning. And you always say to us like, we are mass, together we are mass, together we are mass emotion. What do you be saying?
Alone we are mass.
Together we are mass emotion.
Yes. See, and that's beautiful. And so, besides creating a classy and unique brand, you both have other things that you create that, you know, outside of mass emotion. And so, Tia, I wanted to, you know, I'm a big fan of you because you're just an amazing, like, you do it all. Like you do mass emotion, you do the cheerleading, you're an amazing mom. Shout out to your daughter. You do it all, and you also have a magazine where you put people in the spotlight. I don't know how you juggle all of this. You said Michelle Obama. You guys must be sisters because wow, you do like so much, you know. So can you tell us a little bit about Inspiring Civilians magazine?
So long story short, 7 years ago I started a program called Total Inspiration Athletics, which was my like dream job and passion project. And it was really, I just wanted to influence kids and families to make their lives better. I love cheerleading. I knew I was good at teaching it, so I wanted to use that as like a pathway. I had just gotten a master's degree in social work. I couldn't find any jobs working with kids. And I was like, so I'm gonna make a way that I can do it.
And make my own.
And so through the years, I was just like, this is great, but I felt like I could only reach a certain number of people doing that, you know, like people who were interested in cheerleading and tumbling and like in my community, you know, and I wanted to find a way to like reach more people. So fast forward, like 6.5 years later, I got the idea to use my other love, which was writing. I've always loved to write. Even when I was young, I started like writing poems and songs and stuff. And I was like, that's my other passion. So I was like, maybe I can reach a bigger audience and more people and influence, you know, more kids if I expand. So I came up with the idea, and as I said, I'm a natural born dreamer and
You
go-getter.
are.
So I was like, I'm gonna just do it and see
Yeah.
what happens. You know, the worst thing that happens is it flops, you
Yeah.
know? But I've gotten so much more feedback and people wanting to be a part of it. And,
Yes.
you know, so I was like, oh, this is gonna be a thing. It might not be
Yeah.
a thing yet, but it will be. And so I've just kind of been reaching out to anybody who seemed interested, and we've been collaborating, and that's how it came to be.
And it's just the beginning because
Right.
it is epic. I'm so glad that you go after your dreams, you create your own lane. That's
Yeah.
just so inspiring. And that's like so like something I want to do and I know other people want to do. Like shout out to you, Superwoman over there. My God. We have her on the stage. Yeah. So how do people follow and support Inspiring Civilians magazine?
On Instagram, it's at Inspiring Civilians Mag, and Facebook, it's Inspiring Civilians. Our website is inspirationexperience.xyz.
Awesome.
So check
And
us
we
out.
could buy and we could like
You
purchase.
can pre-order the August issue. It will start shipping on August 19th. If they pre-order the issue, they get a free pass to our release party. That's going to be August 18th.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
we're going to have a lot of fun and celebrate the
Awesome.
greatness of everybody in it.
Yes. Well, I can't wait. That's going to be dope. That's coming up in a few weeks. So, KSean, you also model. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into there? I mean, you design and you model. Yeah. How did you get into modeling?
I actually started modeling. My first casting call was Boston Caribbean Fashion Week of 2018, and I
Okay.
actually got inspired from everyone who auditioned to get into the carnival scene, because I seen you guys get up and your confidence was just on level 1,055 to
Yeah.
infinity, and I was like, wow, you guys look really good up there. You are just showing who you are. So I asked if I could possibly get up and walk, and I did.
Yes.
Because I was designing, so I was like, can I try? And they said, yeah. And then on the day of the show, I met so many other amazing artists, like Michael, Jordana,
Yes.
there was just so many people. And I was like, okay, I like this. Like, I get to meet so many people in this industry. Just
And you're
from-
really great at it. Can we just add that? Like, you seen these photos? Oh my gosh. Like, you
Thank
make
you.
us look great, but you, like, are the example of greatness. You know what I mean?
you.
So I hope that it continues to grow, that career, that side career. I hope that Inspiring Civilians magazine continues to grow. And I know Mass Emotion is going to be super busy. I think this is the only month that we're not as busy, maybe for the models, but I know you guys,
Yeah.
you both are really, really busy. So can you tell us what's coming up? How can we support? And yeah, just tell us all. I'm just going to let you talk.
So we're going to be involved in Boston Caribbean Fashion Week that will be taking place on Saturday, August 10th. That's really exciting. The theme is cultural expression, and we're excited to launch a few new collections based off of what we're going to be doing in the future. We have Boston, Worcester, and Cambridge Carnival coming up. Boston's on August 24th. Worcester's on August 25th, and then we have Cambridge on September 8th, and Worcester Pride as well.
Worcester Pride? Oh my
Yes, on
gosh,
September
yes.
7th. So September 7th is Worcester Pride, and September 8th is Cambridge Carnival. And then we have the release that's coming up for Inspiring Civilians.
On the 18th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. August 18th?
Yes.
Yes.
And then we have
wow.
a few photo shoots in between.
Yeah, we have some photos. We have a
and
whole
a
bunch
calendar.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and we're shooting a 2020 calendar for Inspiring Civilians.
Yes.
We have a lot
Wow.
on our plate, but
And then
it's
practice
fun.
for Total Inspiration
Yeah.
Athletics.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a lot of great fun stuff. So
Yes,
how
it
can
is.
our audience and people support Mass in Motion and what you both are doing?
Okay, so you can support Mass in Motion on Instagram. It's at Mass in Motion. It's MASNMOTION, like masqueraders in motion. And on Facebook, it's the same exact thing.
Okay.
Yes.
And
And you could support by buying a T-shirt or some sunglasses or a water
Yes.
bottle, a cup. If you're not into the whole carnival costume
We have
thing, but you
T-shirts,
want to
yeah.
support the vibe, we have other things that you could just pick up and help,
yeah, I mean, like,
Help
who
us
wouldn't
get
want
to
a,
the next level.
a bedazzled water bottle or a shot glass, or just want to be part of something epic? And you're really helping other artists, go on with their dreams and help other artists do on with their dreams. Because, like you said, it's a tribe. It's not just about one person. It's about the entire tribe. So that's awesome. So we're gonna take a short break because after this, we're gonna be learning about the amazing Britney Darla, who is one of Mass Emotion's makeup artists, the extraordinary extraordinary.
So
Yes.
good.
And you're going to be, Elle Evans, our extraordinary model, is also going to be wearing one of the pieces. So we have a lot coming for you after this short break, ladies and gentlemen. So please, please, please stay tuned because the fierceness is just real. It's just too real. Please stay tuned after this short break.
Testing. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy.
Fahrenheit TV.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Fahrenheit TV. We were so blessed to talk to KSean and Tia to learn more about how Mass Emotion was started and more about the costumes. But have you ever thought about the glamour that goes behind the costumes? I mean, the face is always beat. And when I say beat, I mean beat with flawlessness, with beauty, with like colors that really make, you know, someone's beauty just more enhanced and more just, I don't know, they just look so good. I mean, anytime, like, I'm not really a big makeup person. I want to be better, but I get a little, you know, overwhelmed by YouTube tutorials. But anytime I'm in Britney Darla's hands, I am taken care of. All I do is show up. I just sit down, I come in as this, and I leave like I'm Beyonce or something, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel so amazing. So I'm so excited to have the Britney Darla here with us on Fahrenheit TV. I'd like to welcome to the stage the amazing makeup artist, Britney Darla. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and your skin's always looking flawless, you know, natural. Oh my gosh. So Britney, I know that like I always ask you a lot of questions when you're doing my makeup, just because I'm like, oh, how did you get started with this and this? But I want the audience to know more about your story. So can you tell us like what inspired you to become a makeup artist and like who were some of your influences?
Sure, yeah. I started doing makeup as a hobby. Like I was always into beauty and the beauty industry and fashion, so I started doing it for fun on myself. And then eventually I started doing it on like family members and friends. And when I realized like how good it made people feel and how happy people were when I did their makeup, I decided I wanted to take it as a career. So that's when I really started doing makeup professionally.
Yeah.
So that's what really inspired me to start like making people happy, like making people feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
So that's what I got started from, pretty much.
Well, I'm so happy that you went on that path because I always feel like so extra beautiful whenever you do my makeup. Like you never do it like where it's too much, where I feel like I'm a whole different person. I just feel like I'm more uplifted, like I'm on a higher level, you know what I mean? So was that like nervous for you to do other makeup for other people? Because it's like, you know, everybody has their certain looks. It's really different from doing like a costume or anything where you could take it off easily.
Right.
Yeah.
You never want to disappoint anybody when you're doing makeup, so it's always very nerve-wracking, especially when you're meeting the person for the first time and doing their makeup.
Yeah.
But over time, when you get comfortable with your craft and you get comfortable with what you're doing, it starts to become a lot easier. So over time, I've kind of like stopped getting nervous when meeting people and doing their makeup for the first time. But definitely at first, it's very nerve-wracking.
Oh my gosh. And so, did you have any like influences when you were growing up? Like people you're like, oh man, I really love the way so-and-so does his or her makeup and I really want to be like them.
Yeah, definitely. When the YouTube era started, I was like one of the first people watching like the OG YouTubers.
Yeah.
So some of my favorites are like It's My Ray Ray, Ray Boys, Aaliyah J, who does makeup, Makeup Academy, and all those kind of YouTubers like really inspired me, and they're the people that I modeled after and learned a lot of the things that I know from.
That's awesome. And I'm glad that you said It's My Ray because she's from like kind of the Boston area.
Right,
so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So for those of us who may not be that familiar with makeup or like me who get overwhelmed by so many tutorials, like there's a lot of great ones, but sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to click. I just want to do a cat eye. Like, what would your advice be for people who just wanted to have like an everyday makeup routine how should they start?
Keep it simple. When you're first starting off doing makeup, don't go into like eyeshadow right away. Don't go into a lot of heavy colors right away. Just try to make sure like your eyebrows are done, you have some eyeliner on, you have some lashes on, You can keep your foundation simple. You don't need to do all the highlighting and contouring.
Yeah, because they make it like, I'd be like, how many tools do I need? I'd be like, all right, I'm following this. All right, got the, and then she's like, oh yeah, now you could do this and you could do that. I'm like, I don't think this is gonna look good.
Keep it very simple, like 5 steps. If your eyes look dramatic, if your eyes look good, then your makeup's gonna look flawless. You just need like a good pair of lashes, your eyebrows are done, and you have like a flawless face, your favorite lip color, and you can just keep it simple, and that's all you really need. You don't need to do all the extra glam makeup, especially if it's just for everyday makeup.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you told us that. That makes me feel so much better. Like, I'm like, all right, I'll just stick to this routine, and it makes me feel good, and that's all that matters. So how did you get involved with Mass in Motion? I mean, I know it's like the universe is such a great thing because it connects so many people, but how did you get involved with Mass in Motion?
So I met KSean at first at a photo shoot. He was doing a candy-themed photo shoot for his costumes. So he messaged me on Instagram, and we did a photo shoot. I did the makeup for them for that. And then I actually didn't see him for a few months, almost 6 months after that. And he recommended me to a model who was having her portfolio done, so she wanted her makeup done for her portfolio. And when I met him there, we started talking about Boston Carnival, and I've just been working with him since then.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
and you've been creating like some beautiful, beautiful, like you really make, you elevate the costumes to come alive even more through the makeup, you know what I mean? And I like that you really cater to everyone individually. Like sometimes you might meet makeup artists and they do the same look for everybody, but even if it's like, oh, everyone's gonna get a red lip, everybody got a different shade of red lip, or like something looks different, like it makes them stand out as an individual and not look like a copy, you know? So I really love that you do that. And so how has the experience been for you so far?
It's been amazing. Like KSean has shown me so many new people. I've gotten to network with so many new individuals. I've met so many models. I've done so many shows, and I've gotten to be part of Carnival, which is something I've always wanted to do. I just didn't know how to get into it, where to even start. So meeting him was like awesome. So I've been everywhere. I've been doing everything. I've been meeting a lot of people.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, the experience is great.
Oh my God. And this is just the beginning. It's gonna keep growing and growing. And so not only besides makeup, you also do body painting, and that's how I met you. I was like, what, body painting? I've always wanted to do that, but I was so scared. But I was so like just comfortable. How did you get into body painting? That's like another special skill. That's a whole different thing. How did you get into that?
So I'm still a beginner, but Halloween is my favorite holiday. So I used to do like FX makeup with like prosthetics and things like that. So from that, like some of my favorite FX makeup artists don't only do their face, they'll do their whole body. And I wanted to do that. That's something I wanted to get into because a lot of MUAs don't do body painting. So it's something completely different. So that's how I got into body painting. I'm still a beginner, but I'm slowly working my way into doing more body painting projects.
I mean, to me, you're not a beginner. I mean, wow, you transformed my entire, I was like, oh my gosh, like I was like Superwoman. And but like, you know, with like rainbow, it was like really beautiful.
Thank you.
But like, did you go to school like to learn makeup?
No, everything that I do is self-taught, yes.
So like how, if you don't mind me asking, how did you go about like teaching yourself all of these amazing skills that you have? Like
just tutorials, videos, like YouTube is my best friend. Like I learn everything from there. Everything I need to know how to do, I learn it off of there. And then honestly, just practicing it over and over and over and over until you get it right.
Oh my gosh. And so just thinking about like the world we live in, you know, we're like millennials, we live in a digital world, and social media, it's like a lot of people feel like if they don't have makeup on, especially for like young women, that they're not accepted into society. What do you think about that perspective, and what would you say to people to make them feel comfortable in their own skin?
Definitely, I do feel like that is a big pressure for a lot of people. Like it's so much, like you feel like you need to do something in order to be socially accepted. But to me, it's like, it's a mental thing. You just got to tell yourself that you're beautiful no matter what. Even me as a makeup artist, I don't wear makeup every day or hardly at all. Only if I'm doing something like an event or something like that. But I feel like if you do a lot of self-care, if you have like a really good skincare routine, if you're confident with the way your skin looks without the makeup, you're not gonna feel like you need to have it on all the time. So definitely I would say invest in like a good skincare routine, and just, just know that you're beautiful no matter what, and don't let the things that you're seeing on social media influence you, because a lot of that stuff, it's not real, you know? So that's basically.
That's the best advice. And your skin is flawless, natural beauty. So,
you
know what I mean? It's supposed to enhance your beauty. It's not supposed to make your beauty.
Yeah, it's not going to make you beautiful.
Yeah, so please remember that. You're beautiful. So I wanted to ask you if you could, if there's a tool in your makeup kit that you have to have, like if we were at the airport and for some reason they said you could only bring one thing on this airplane with you out of your makeup, kit, what would it be and why?
Wow, I would have to say my beauty blender. So it's my beauty sponge, because I can use my fingers for everything else, but like I need something to apply like the foundations and the concealers and even like the eyebrows and things like that. I feel like my beauty sponge, I need it. I don't know what to do. Or a blending brush, one of the two. I'll pick one of those two.
Okay, wow, that's good, because I feel like some people be like, oh, I need to get mascara or something, but you're really good with your you're very talented. Oh my gosh, wow. And so we asked our Fahrenheit TV audience some of their most desiring makeup, questions, and some of them said that they want to know if everyone could rock a red or nude lip. What is your perspective on that?
Definitely. I feel like there's more than one shade of red and there's more than one shade of nude. Your nude and my nude are not going to be the same nude. So just find the color that works for you. So find the red that works for you, find the nude that works for you. Because there's not only one, So just find the one that matches your shade. You might have to do a little bit of trial and error, but yeah, definitely.
Definitely trial and error, because I wanted to go for the nude look, and I'm going to tell you an embarrassing story. And so I went to like a local pharmacy, and I was like, oh, I think this nude look goes with my skin, so I think it'll look good on me. But I felt like I looked like a hamster, because I was just like one shade, and it just didn't look good. And I was like, it gets overwhelming when you go to like makeup stores. You're like, who do I ask? I don't want them to just sell me something. I want it to really be for me. So what would your advice be for people who want to find the right shades and stuff, but they don't really know how to go about it? And
well, a lot of the stores, if you don't feel comfortable asking somebody, a lot of the makeup stores have the products out for you on display as testers. You can literally just go up to as many products as you want and just try them on, look at it in the mirror. If you don't like it, wipe it off, try it on again. You can do it like that. That's probably the easiest way if you don't feel comfortable asking somebody. But if you do just need the help or the guidance, just ask an employee. They will help you. I feel like now they have tools and devices that they can just put up right to your skin, and it'll match you perfectly. So if you need anything, just don't be afraid to ask. But if you're not comfortable, just try.
That's awesome.
Everything you can.
That's cool. And so I know you were doing Elle's makeup earlier.
Right.
Can you describe a little bit of your look, why you created that? We're gonna see her soon.
Right.
But what inspired you for that look that you gave her?
It's actually inspired by the costume she's wearing today. So I just kind of went with like a smoky eye with a little bit of shimmer, and I just matched the colors to the outfit that she's gonna be wearing today. So I just kept it simple. I did something really quick, but I matched it completely to her costume.
That's awesome. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I mean, again, I was just talking to the designers of Mass Emotions, and they said, they're gonna have a super busy summer. Obviously, you're gonna have a super busy summer because you're gonna be at all these photo shoots and all the carnival celebrations. So, how are you feeling? Do you have any inspirations in your mind of what kind of makeup you're gonna do for people?
I'm really excited. I'm so excited for Carnival. I'm just gonna go for the boldest, loudest, most colorful looks I can. Yes. That's what I always do anyway. I'm drawn to that regardless. I always like color, so I'm just gonna go for the craziest looks. I'm gonna try to throw in some sequin decals, glitter. I'm going all out. I'm going all out this year. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was so fun to be at Boston Pride with you, because I mean, just we had nice bold red lip, and we were just different colors, like red, pink, and all that. But we were out there and just doing our thing, and you even had a costume on and doing your thing. How did you feel to be at that, at Boston Pride with the whole tribe together?
It was amazing. I've wanted to be in Carnival, like I said, for so long. So that was my first taste of it. It was awesome. It was more than I expected. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh. And so, Brittany, we're gonna go to a short break soon to see Elle's, revealed look. But I wanted to ask you, how do we stay connected with you? I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna want to connect with you for your services. I want to be friends with you for life because you keep me looking beautiful. So, how do people, contact you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Britney Darla. It's Britney with 2 Y's and then Darla. And then you can also like my Facebook page. And I do have my email on my Instagram page if you want to contact me for makeup services.
Awesome, awesome. And so what's next for Brittany? I mean, I know you have all these events coming up for Mass Emotion, but is there any things that you aspire to as an artist, makeup artist?
I do want to go to beauty school soon, so I'm thinking about doing that before the year is over, and then just going to be working towards starting my own business. I want to open a beauty bar eventually, so I'm working towards that. So just going to go back to school, keep doing fashion shows, keep doing makeup, and just work towards building my business.
And this is just the beginning. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to book book you and be like, oh yeah, I'm doing, I don't know, Beyonce's makeup or something. And they'll be like, okay, sure, I'll just hit you up later. But honestly, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for always making us feel so glamorous and confident and just like beautiful in our own skin with the makeup and your energy. You're such a sweet person, and I'm just really honored that you came on the show.
Thank you for
So
having me.
yeah, of course. So tell us again how we can follow you, just so people can know again.
Follow me on Instagram at Britney Darla. You can also get my email on my Instagram page as well. And then you can also like my Facebook page at Britney Darla as well.
Word. All right, everyone. So, you're going to see the final reveal after this short break. Elle Evans is going to come with her fabulous outfit, with her fabulous makeup, with her fabulous self, and just show us the whole complete outfit right after this short break. You don't want to miss out, so please stay tuned. Oh, yeah, so, yeah, that was awesome. See more of Britney Darla's most epic makeup looks by following her on Instagram. Please be sure to support this amazingly talented artist.
Fahrenheit TV.
Has ever been this hot before. Oh my gosh, yes, queen, bow down, bow down. Oh my God, you look so beautiful. So I just want to, introduce your beautiful self, because everybody's obviously like, oh my God. Who are you, and what got you into modeling?
I'm Elle Evans. I got into modeling. I was going through like a tough time in my life, and one of my friends kind of basically just said, come do this photo shoot with me, and signed me up for my first casting, and this is where we are now.
You've been ripping the runway ever since.
Yeah, I definitely have been, and that's where I met KSean, Tia, and Britney.
Yes.
Even you.
Yes, I know. Oh my gosh, the tribe. Well,
Yes.
you are gorgeous, queen.
Thank you so much.
And you really did your thing just for the, quick little minute, just a little preview of what you're gonna see when you go to Caribbean Carnival.
Yes, and I cannot wait.
And cannot wait. And so I wanted to ask you, as a model, why is representation in fashion so important to you?
So to me, because I'm plus size, like society represents models as being one set thing, and I kind of want to break the mold of that. Like, we're all beautiful. Like,
Exactly.
you're beautiful, they're beautiful, we're all beautiful, and I want everybody to be able to embrace who they are and just love themselves and just feel beautiful all the time.
Yes, and you are a gorgeous, queen.
Thank you so
your
much.
Instagram is always popping, just giving us, just serving. And so, KSean, I wanted to ask you, what inspired this look? Yes, tell us.
So,
And Tia, excuse me. Yes.
This is like inspired by spring coming forward, like spring blossom. So the blue and like the sparkling of the blue is kind of like when winter, like the snow is starting to melt and the sun, when you get that nice glare on the snow and it's sparkling. So I wanted to implement that by putting in these little whites.
Wow.
And spring, when she turns to the side, the butterflies start coming forth. So it's like them coming out of the snow and with the petals of the flowers that are just coming up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Elle, I just want to, because I know people are going to want to follow. How do people stay in contact with you?
So my modeling page is going to be Fetty_JustDope25. Feel free to follow me, to direct message me. I'm trying to do as much work as possible so that I can build my portfolio. So just feel free to hit me up there.
Wow. Well, everyone, this has been an amazing episode. I can't believe time went so fast. I want to thank all of my beautiful guests, Britney Darla, Tia, KSean, and Elle Evans for being on the stage. Come to Boston Carnival because we're about to be on the road. Thank you.
Fahrenheit TV. Fahrenheit TV.